Welcome back. We are in the last week of training before competition. We're 4 days out, so we've got 2 more days of water loading, and then we're going to weigh in. We've had about 4 litres today. We're going to try to get to 6 before the end of the night, at least. If we can push to 8, that would be good. Here's a little kitchen update. So the new one arrived today. So all this stuff here. There's another room that is absolutely full of kitchen stuff. So been hard at work, so I'm quite tired. So I'm relieved that it is a taper week. So let's get in the garage and I will explain what a taper week is. So a taper week is basically where you reduce the volume because you've built up a lot of fatigue over these last, for me, 9 weeks training. And before competition, I want that fatigue to be minimized. So as my fatigue goes down, my strength will go up. To a certain point, it will peak and then dip again. So I want to hit the competition exactly where that peaks. So to do that, I can't have the volume too high, which is basically the number of sets and reps that I do. But I do want the intensity to be relatively high. Not so high that my nervous system's cooked, but just like reasonably heavy. So we're going to do our final squat session today. We're going to do sets of 6. I'm going to go for 150, quite light, high bar, and then some back downs at 120. So that should be nice and easy. And then we're going to bench reasonably heavy for some doubles. So like I said, minimal sets and reps. Let's get into squatting and get this one done. I'm hoping I can get this session done quick today. I forgot that I shouldn't walk out on the mono because this bar's quite close to the edges. Whereas the squat bar, that's not the case because the squat bar is much longer. So let's not do that next time. Let's just use the mono. As part of like cutting weight this week, from today I'm going to cut out carbs and sodium as well. I'm not going to go as extreme as I normally do. I normally cut out sodium completely and replace it with potassium, and carbs I just cut out completely. Because I don't need to lose that much, I'm not going to go that extreme this time. So I'm just not going to salt my food, not going to buy anything that's too salty, and try not to eat any carbs. So I'm just going to be eating basically lean meats, stuff like that. So it'll be a bit like a keto diet for 2 days. The reason for that is basically carbs hold water. I can't remember the ratio, but for every gram of carb you'll hold like X amount of water, and for every milligram of sodium you'll hold X amount of water. And it's actually quite a lot. I think like 500 milligrams of sodium is something ridiculous, like a pound of water. You can just Google the ratios of how much they each hold, but that's the reason why. So that will cut me like a couple of kilos real easy. The water loading will cut me a couple of kilos real easy, so I'm probably going to lose 4 kilos just from those, and then it's like 1 kilo in the sauna, which will be in there for about an hour, which isn't too bad. So if I do that, I'll weigh in under 80, because I'm 85 right now, which will mean our ratios are still pretty good. And then we'll aim for anywhere around 700 at comp. All right, let's do 150. So like I said, it's not completely light. Last week my top set was 180 and that was real hard. So 150 isn't that much down from that. And we're gonna do a set of 6 here. This will be the last piece of squat work I do before comp. Obviously we've got a couple of back downs still, but good. Work is done. A couple of nice easy back downs at 120 now. Don't you just love taper week? Don't have to work so hard. Nice and easy, that's good. All right, let's move on to bench. Making sure to get my water in between sets. I've got about half this bottle down, this is a 1.5 litre bottle. It's quite nice not having to do it all out because when I was cutting like 10 kilos at my last comp, it was just so much water, such deprivation of salt and everything else. It's definitely not good for you. And that's not really something I ever want to do again, which is why I've taken the choice to go up a weight class. Just let my strength go up with some weight gain. My wrist is actually a little bit sore from the last session. I don't know what's that about. I felt some weird pain in it after the squat, just like a shooting pain that lasted for like 2 seconds and then it went away. I thought it was from the wrist wrap, but it's kind of hurting a little bit now. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with it. But we're going to go to 125 for some sets of 2, and then that might be it today if the wrist is still feeling any pain whatsoever. Because I really do not want to risk anything before competition. We're gonna do one more set of that, and then I'm gonna go to the shop and I'm gonna buy some stuff that is like low carb and low salt. It'll mainly just be stuff like lean meats. I have the added problem of doing this kitchen at the minute, so I can't really use the top of the stove. Everything's gonna have to be oven or ready-made, so I might try and buy some like ready-cooked stuff. And normally the salt content is higher on those. So I just have to spend a little bit of time reading the labels. But yeah, I think that'll be a good use of my time tonight because it's the only night that I'm really free. And tomorrow and the rest of the week I'm gonna be doing kitchen stuff, which just never ends, it seems. Anyway, I'll probably end the video there because there's like not much else to do. There's not much else to say. If you have questions about like the water loading or cutting process, it's not much more complicated than I've explained, but just put them below, or any questions you like really, and I'll address them in the next video. So I'll see you next time. Very close to comp now. I guess that's the video you were waiting for, so not long to go.